On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Welcome, YouTube guys. Thank you so much. Hey, we're getting close to the end of this journey. Notice I'm in the passenger seat because my brain stopped working about 3 days ago, and I don't trust myself to move any faster than walking at this point. So I've got Coach Antonella. Say hi, Coach A. Antonella's chiming in the background with lots of dialogue. She's very excited too. We're on our way to the host hotel, Red Deer, Alberta. Our little trusty GPS says we will be there in about 3.5 hours. And then once we get checked in, we'll show you the room. Countdown's on, baby. It's real. Tomorrow's the big day. Masters Men's Physique. 3 categories. Our class is the third one up in the prejudging. Starts at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And we're going to be ready. Got hardly any sleep last night. Go figure. I'm a little excited. I don't know if I'm more excited for the food or I'm more excited to kind of get this journey on and done and move on to the regular chapter of life. We're kind of eating a little bit more sensibly. But thanks for joining us. We'll check in a little bit later, 3.5 hours to the Red Deer Resort and Casino for the Alberta Open. So cheers. One layer of tan gone on now. Just at the host hotel, went for tanning session number 1, the spray tan. Obviously couldn't film that because that's where the dicks hang out. But basically they put you in a tent and spray you off with a little sprayer. And I got the elevator opening up, so we'll check you guys later. Ciao. Okay, now we're outside the hotel. Just waiting for the athletes' registration. Starts in 15 minutes. I was in a bit of a scramble. We got out of the house late and I had to make a couple of piss stops on the way, so that slowed us down a little bit. I was thinking, where the hell's this water coming from? Because I dropped my water down to I was from 7 liters of water yesterday down to 2 liters of water, 1.75 liters of water for the whole day today. And that's a new experience that I haven't felt in about a year. Thirst. I thought, fuck, hunger would be my killer issue here. And right now, fuck the hunger. I want something to fucking drink. And I'm staring down at a bunch of Gatorade. And I couldn't do this shot from the room because Coach A, my wife, my very loving, understanding, patient, I love you, best prep wife in the world, is having a nap because it's been a long day for her. She's been behind the scenes getting our house ready, getting our food ready, getting my food ready, dealing with my shitty attitude. So we got one layer of tan going on. I woke up this morning, I think I was 237 pounds, and then we're about midday, not midday, almost 6 o'clock, right? And about 234 pounds. So the water drop's coming along nicely. The food for today has just been ground sirloin, 3 ounces. So it's like it didn't even there. I breathed too hard and the food's gone. But Alberta beef, boy, wow. I've been here for 2 years, and I tell you, I've yet really to have much in the way of red meat. I'm not typically a red meat guy. I'll have the odd steak at the keg, but there's something to be said about sirloin, ground sirloin, Alberta beef. It was flipping $16 a pound, but you know what? Now I can't go back. I can't go back to grocery store ground beef. You guys fucked me, Alberta. The cows. Unbelievable. So I got about another 10 minutes to go until the athletes meeting, and then I'll check in with you guys from the room. I'll show you a bit of an update. I actually got some pictures that I sent Coach Paul, so he's been friggin' amazing. I've already checked in with him 4 times today. That is the hallmark of a good coach, man. The guy's getting back to me right away, making adjustments on the fly. I have nothing but great things to say about this fella. If you get a chance, go to his website, anabolicbodybuilding.com. Coaching, phenomenal. Material, phenomenal. The guy's got decades of experience in this business, coached some very renowned people, been coached by some very renowned people. So show them some love. Thanks for following this journey. We're getting close, guys. Tonight, just gonna have a couple meals, chill out of the room. I'll show you our dibs. I'll take you on a little tour of the food that I've got. Nothing too fancy. Oh yeah, to get 3 rice cakes with my ground sirloin with a little bit of almond butter on it, just like a sniff. And the idea behind that is you don't want a huge, tremendous amount of food volume. Where my shit time is, I get a lot of abdominal distension because I have shitty control of my stomach. I had something called diastasis from being a fat guy, where my abdominal wall literally fucking separated like a pregnant woman, and it had to be cut open and stitched back together again. And while they did it, they removed a lot of loose skin, so it was like kind of a tummy tuck abdominal surgery all in one, because I had shitty looking elephant skin that was really fucking bothering me. And does that make the difference or not? Who knows? I don't know. Aesthetically, it looks better most of the time. For competition times, whatever. You know, it is what it is. I can't really change that. But because of that, I don't have good abdominal control, because after the surgery, I have like no feeling at all. It, like halfway down my stomach, this just kind of feels numb. The nerve endings never kind of adhesed again. So like to be able to suck in my stomach takes a lot of work. I've been wearing a waist trainer. Jason Green, another fabulous coach, suggested I do that while I do my cardio. I've been doing that. It brings your awareness to keeping your stomach tight. Do I think that it actually shrinks your waist or your stomach? No, I don't. Calorie deficit is what does that. But it does kind of support your abdominal wall enough that you are aware that it's on and that you need to kind of tense and keep it tight. So my goal is tomorrow is to focus on just keeping my stomach tight. Not so much about flexing the muscles, because they are what they are at that point. I'm not doing bodybuilding, I'm doing men's physique, so the idea is to kind of look pretty. And abdominals are where it's at in this game, man. And I just don't have them. I likely never will, but hey, we're here anyways. We're going to do our best. Thanks for supporting me. I'll catch in with you guys a little bit later, and I appreciate the journey. Thanks for subscribing, and we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. I ran a little contest on my social media saying that guess the amount of calories that I'm going to eat on my free day after the show. Because Coach Paul said have one day that's just a complete fucking debauchery of caloric madness. So that is going to be my day after tomorrow, my Sunday. So I'm going to take you on that ride with me. And in the comments below, guess how many calories that I'm not aiming for them. I'm not shooting for, I'm just going to eat whatever my heart's content is. And I'm going to track what those calories are. And I'm going to videotape it just for shits and giggles, and of course the fucking views on YouTube. They don't hurt as well. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how many calories in the comments, how many you think I'm going to put back on Monday, and then you can watch that video and see how close you were. Cheers. Thanks for watching. All right, we're just waiting for the athlete registration to get started. Kicking back, people are starting to file in here. It's going to be a big show, judging by how many seats they got. Holy crap, there's a lot of friggin' people here. So, check in with you guys a little bit later. A couple of trophies at the back there. Look at those bad boys. Yeah, nice looking. Some goodie bags look pretty swag as well. And I understand that there's cookies in the goodie bags. So we're back from the athletes meeting. Sorry I didn't get to check in with you a little bit later. I wanted to put together a lot more videos, so hopefully this comes out okay. We're like a mad rush getting here and jumping in for the tan. There wasn't a big, huge window of time in which to, was from 3 to 6 could get tanned, and then the athlete registration. But we are lucky number 40 for men's over 50 and men's over 40 in the men's open. And they give us this swag bag. Haven't opened it up yet, so let's take a little peek at what Paramount Performance has done for their athletes. Apparently they've been putting on this show for like 25 years or something like that. So we're at the Red Deer Resort and Casino in Red Deer, Alberta. The date is May the 30th, right? May 30th. Tomorrow is the competition. Prejudging starts at 9 a.m. I'm 5 meals in. I'm feeling really, really good. I've dropped about 4 pounds from morning to night, mostly water. So let's have a little tour of the swag bag, and I want to tell you a really touching story that kind of fucking made me cry when I got back to the room. But here, okay, so I'm already getting fucking choked up just thinking about this fucking story. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, it looks like we got a t-shirt. And it says, established 2018, supplement world, Paramount Performance. Nice. What else we got? Potato chips for the true bodybuilder at heart. Put those to use. Peach Celsius energy drink. Nice. Oh, our first edition. I collect these things. I don't know, some people throw them in a drawer. I think it's pretty cool. Paramount Performance, Canadian Physique Alliance, Alberta, Canada. Little commemorative medal. I hang on to these things. They're great little keepsakes, man. Antonella Coach A usually does me like a picture box with photos from my show, and we put the ribbons on them and things like that and hang them in our home gym. Just a proud accomplishment. I like to have those little tokens. Shit, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. Microwave popcorn. Rice Krispie squares. I already brought about 20 of these things. So these things I'm going to be eating all day tomorrow, 3 at a time. A little bit of carbs, a little bit of sugar, and then I'll have my ground sirloin. So every few hours I'll be eating and just sipping on a little bit of water. With Rice Krispie squares, they know it. Gum, that'll be Coach A. I'm not a gum chewer. There's a lot of stuff in here. We got granola bar, candies. Let's dump this shit out. Shaker bottle, a vegan flavored protein powder, nice. Another granola bar, looks like a pre-workout. What the heck is this? I don't even know what this is. Pump Addict, oh, it looks like coupons for supplements and some samples. A lot of stuff in here. Got another shaker bottle. Can't have too many shaker bottles is what I always say. Got those Gila Mix ones though, they're awesome. A little, what do you call this thing? A lanyard, put your keys on it or whatever. Nutella sticks, they gave us junk food. I love it. What a great friggin' thing to give away at a show. You guys aren't wanting fucking good stuff. They want garbage. Knicks Knacks cookies. I thought it was gonna be a big one, guys. It's not like I need more Knicks Knacks cookies, but we got a little baby Knick Knack cookie. I'm gonna save this one for Coach A because she doesn't like the 2-pound cookies. She likes the little bite-sized ones. I like them too, but it just means I have to eat like 25 times as many of them, really. And that's a Snickers bar, the chocolate. And those who are following the story know that I ordered a bunch of strange exotic flavored Reese's peanut butter cups. They didn't make it on time. Thank you, FedEx. You guys are a little late. Good job, FedEx.com. Snickers bar. Well, that'll be a very acceptable stand-in for the moment. So let me tell you a story. These are, it's like wrist wraps, weightlifting straps. Let me tell you a touching story. As I was in the elevator coming up, and you can see the people who are competing because they're walking around with the crazy ass spray tans. And there's a young fella in there. We got talking just in the trip up the elevator, so 20 seconds or whatever. And you know, we're talking, and I asked him. I said, "Is this your first show?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "It's my very first show." He says, "It's going to be my last show." And I'm thinking, that's a weird comment to make. Like, your last show. I thought, well, maybe he just doesn't like the process and he never wants to do it again. I said, "Your last show?" I said, "How come?" I said, "You know, you're not enjoying this?" He says, "I have terminal cancer and I'm gonna die. I shouldn't even be alive right now." And like that just like fucking like I didn't know how to fucking manage that because it was like everyone's here like win and do this and like everyone's competing for their own reasons, and it's not just about placing first. It's not about walking home with a trophy. And it's not about getting free shit. It's about doing stuff that makes you fucking proud. This fucking guy's gonna die. He shouldn't be here right now. And all he wanted to do before he died was compete in a bodybuilding show because he's that fucking passionate about it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, good morning, guys. If you can call it morning, really. This is the day of competition. It's like 3 a.m. And what the hell am I doing up? Well, you see, Big D can't sleep, and that's nothing new, unfortunately. Worse on contest day, I guess, sometimes you get in your head a little bit, and, I got a little rattled yesterday. Guy in the elevator said he's friggin' dying of terminal cancer, and it was like, that kind of hit me hard. It makes you think that, here I am going through the prep and, bitching about being hungry. You guys have been following me. You see I'm complaining about being hungry, and today I'm kind of thirsty because my water's still fairly low. And then you run into a fella that's dying of cancer, and his last kind of dying goal is to compete in a bodybuilding competition, and that really kind of puts things in perspective a little bit, really. And you realize that everyone's got their own personal journey that maybe you don't know about, and mine wasn't about winning a competition, really. It was not about competitiveness at all, really. It was about setting a benchmark for myself, that I was able to do something that was, a challenge for me beyond reach. And a lot of people wouldn't put themselves up to this type of task and ask me, what it is that I'm getting out of this. And it's a sense of self-satisfaction, obviously. Because when you're doing this, you're taking other people on your journey along with you, whether they want to or not. In my case, that was, my very loving wife. Poor thing, we stopped on the way to the, casino here where we're having the event at the venue. She stopped and grabbed just a quick bite to eat because she's been hustling her ass off from the moment we started this competition prep, and I think it's just all coming to a head for her. So we stop and have something to eat, and the poor thing ends up with a low-grade food poisoning from some dirty fucking burrito place that we stopped at. Sorry, I got a little bit of a background noise going on here. It's all good. Hi, morning. She's been laying in bed ever since we got here, and we've got friends and family here to support us. And I want to give a big, huge shout out to our very, very good friends, Levi and Jessica, who made the trip, from Lethbridge, because it's a big ask. They're driving all the way from Lethbridge 3.5 hours to support me and my journey, and they've never really been to a bodybuilding competition before. And so thanks very much. And a huge shout out to everyone on my social media who's been really chiming in and being very, very supportive and very encouraging. And it means a lot, because when you're going through this, the psychological processes are always kind of working at your head, and you're, one minute you're thinking you look amazing, and another minute you're thinking, why the hell am I doing this? And, maybe I should be giving up altogether, because, it's just that challenging for, myself, and at my age 55 to, prove to myself that I could get in the best shape of my life at my age, and still, I keep coming back to the words compete, but the friggin' phone's getting heavy. I should have brought my my little tripod thing. But to be able to, I keep coming back to that word compete, and I'm not doing it to win a trophy and to beat somebody and to be better than somebody other than myself. I competed in the past before, and did I give it 100%? No. I would like to have thought that I did, but in all honesty, I didn't. I look back and think, compared to this time, I've got a new coach, Big Paul Barnett. The guy is just, I can't say enough about him, really. Like yesterday, on the day before competition, like I checked in with him 5 times, and I don't know, I've experienced a lot of coaches before, but just his level of thoroughness has really thrown things over the top for me. I would highly, highly recommend that if you're at that level, where you want, he's not your ma and pa, let's lose weight type of thing, that's the type of business that, Coach Antonella and I thrive at. We're extremely well, and I'm not just giving myself a shameless plug here and a pat on the back, but Coach Antonella is one of the best in the business for, helping people lose weight on their journeys. But, coaches like Big Paul Barnett, he's more invested in competitive, bodybuilding and athletics and fitness. So a big shout out to him, and I know I'm probably rambling all over the fucking place. But I'm trying to get my mind in the game, and a couple more hours I'll be heading off for my second tan. It's looking, I don't know if you can see, pretty dark. The fullness is there. I'm getting pretty full, pretty dry. You can see the definition coming just in my chest. It's getting pretty tight. My water intake's pretty low. Today the foods, you're gonna love this one. Ground sirloin steak for the entire day. Not much. I'll probably have 2 meals in before the prejudging starts. And I'm gonna wash those down with 3 Rice Krispie squares just to get the quick carbs in, some sugar in, fill out a little bit. I'll have another check-in with Paul. He's very, very happy with my conditioning. Above all else, I'm happy with my conditioning. And I will catch up with you guys in a bit. I'm probably not going to be posting video of the show or photos of the stage. I'm going to see, because obviously I'm not the one taking the pictures. I'm going to see what my wife and Levi and friends and family, big shout out to Max, my training partner through all of this. He started off as a colleague and a friend, and I helped him lose a tremendous amount of weight, and we've been training together for this for a number of months at our home gym. And Max has dropped a bunch of weight. He's showing up today, so appreciate you, Max. Got Big Cody from Recon Fitness showing up for me today, and his crew. They provided me with the pump up equipment for backstage, a great set of bands that I'll have backstage for pumping up before you go out onto stage. There's so many people to thank. And I would be remiss at this point if I would remember them all. I'm probably going to do like a social media post where I've got time to think and digest, and I'm going to have some professional stage photography done, some professional videography done, so I'll have good footage of the actual contest portion of it, that hopefully by the time you see this, or maybe I'll do it separately, you'll be able to watch that video as well. And it was very important for me because when you're moving away a great distance, because the vast majority of our friends are still back in Ontario, where Antonella and I lived for all of our lives, save and except for the past 2 years when we moved to Alberta. So it's nice to be able to share that experience with them, and they can see me on stage, and because they've been so encouraging. And so a big shout out to everybody. Thanks so much for supporting our YouTube channel. It's really grown and taken off. In the past just even few months that we've had it, maybe 3 or 4 months, we're coming close to 10,000 subscribers, which doesn't sound like maybe a big deal, but like to us it's a big friggin' deal. I remember we were sitting back, we got our first 10 followers, and if we could just do that again, we'll end up with 100, and then 100 turns into 500 and 1,000, and now we're getting close to 10,000. So hey, I can't say how much that we appreciate that. It's not why we do it. It's not the fanfare. It's not the kudos. It's not. We do it because we have a commitment to self, and we love sharing fitness. It also serves to keep us motivated as well, because putting out that content, it almost becomes a little bit of a responsibility, and it keeps me in check. Because you don't want to be that guy, and I've been known so much for being that guy. And what I mean by that is just let myself go, getting into the best shape of my life and doing it over and over again, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, just because, hey, we're human and we get lazy. And fuck, let's face it, I am a foodie to the core, man. I love to eat. And if you guys have been following my journey, you can see that I'm posting pictures like food porn. It's I'm excited now about cookies and getting to enjoy real food, but I want to keep it under control this time. And I know I've said that before, but I'm going to stick with Coach Big Paul for a solid off season, because I just love that layer of accountability. And I know that a lot of our clients have remarked that, the reason that they keep coming back and signing up isn't because now at this point they don't know what to do. It's not like I don't know what to do. I know exactly what I have to do. I've been doing this for 40 years, so it's not like I don't know what to eat. It's not like I don't know how to train. It's not like I don't know these things. It's just that level of accountability where you have to report to someone else about what's going on in your day, what's going on with your training, what's going on with your nutrition. On days where you feel like shit and you're letting yourself go, and that's your coach's job to jump in there and say, hey, it's time to dial this shit back in again. So if you guys are interested in coaching, in weight loss, I'm going to let Big Paul handle the hardcore folks. If you're interested in competitive aspect of it, shoot me a message. I'll put Paul's information as well in the link there. You can check him out if you want coaching. If you're interested in weight loss or coaching from our level, we're more than happy have a consult with you to see if we would be a good fit, and get you to your goals as well. So I'm going to sign off for the time being. Hopefully I might try to sneak in some sleep. I'll try again anyways. I don't think I've got much, maybe about an hour or so, which is absolutely horrible for you, but I'm doing what I can. So let's catch up within a bit. Cheers, and thanks again for staying with us. Cheers. So here I am in the hallway with
Jim.
And we never met before. Jim was just walking by while I was shooting that video, and Jim, well, tell me what you said, Jim.
Well, because I walked by this guy earlier today, and I thought, holy shit. And not just your physique, but I loved your tattoos too.
I got a few.
And wow.
Thank you.
And then I just saw you there tonight, and because I remember having a drink with my buddy in his room because his wife's competing, and I said, "Did you see that guy today?" And he didn't notice you, but I did. And then I was just walking down the hallway and I saw you again. So I had to holy shit, this is cool. Red, I didn't expect this in Red Deer.
Thank you so much. And the reason I asked him to do this is not some shameless boast. It's like I was telling him that as a competitor, sometimes you get in your head a little bit and you think that you're not good enough and you look like crap, and it really can drive you down a lot because it's a psychological game. And then someone comes along and just resets that thought process in your head and thinks, wow, fuck, maybe I'm doing okay, right?
I would be completely surprised if there's anyone here tomorrow that competes with you. Like, I've been walking around this hotel having drinks, there's a casino, and I've not seen, like, this is like a TV thing.
I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. I'm going to cut it off.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Good luck with you and the competition, the people you're here to support.
Thank you.
And thank you for your kind words.
Yeah.
It really means a lot. It does.
Oh,
It does.
good. Sure.
Hey guys, so I got the second coat of tan on. We're all set and ready for the stage. And I just had meal number 2. So that'll be all the food before, well, not all the food, but the 2 regular meals before the pre-judging. I had 3 ounces of ground sirloin, 3 Rice Krispie squares, and 8 ounces of water with a quarter teaspoon of my favorite Redmond's real salt. And now I'm just out and around the hotel venue, just going for a walk. It's good. It doesn't matter whether you're doing a contest or, you know, just in regular day life. It's good to have a walk, even if it's just for 10 minutes after you eat, if you're able to, because it really helps with digestion, just blood flow. You see a lot of improvements in health markers, and also helps to regulate your blood sugar after a meal where you've maybe taken in too many carbs. Starts the digestive process nicely. So try to get a walk in, even if it's for 10 minutes, because then you start adding your steps in. There's 1,000 steps on a 10-minute walk. So out and about, wish me well. Next time we'll be probably backstage in the pump-up room. I've got my little flask of 4 ounces of coffee with my vodka before the stage. That'll be about an hour before. And what else are we got going there? We've got 3 Rice Krispie squares. I'm gonna top those off with almond butter, honey, and salt, just to get the last minute carbs flushed in there before you go out. Get a little bit more fullness, hopefully, and a little bit more energy. Obviously, the sugar will help with that. But we'll see you backstage. Hey gang, just sitting outside of the venue. Men's bodybuilding is going on now, and up after that is men's classic physique, and then my divisions will start with men's physique. So I'm just dipped outside just to get a little fresh air, make sure the tan dries. It's nice and dark now. They'll probably do some touch-ups backstage if need be, and then they put a glaze on you. And if you're not familiar with that, it's just like a kind of like an oil, like a very light oil, so it kind of reflects the light nicely. Sorry, my eye is kind of bothering me. I did the makeup this morning, and for whatever reason, now my eyes are fucking watering nonstop, and I don't want to touch my face because they got this fucking makeup, but as you can see, bloodshot red, baby. That's the color we're going with today. I'll keep you posted backstage. Cheers.